Hello, and welcome to the Joy of Chibi. I didn't write a script yet. Oh no, I done forgot my lines. Stage fright. Anyway, thank you for joining. Today is just a quick test of the software and what we can do. Hopefully you won't notice too many rough patches while some of the scenes are not totally complete yet. But we are going to go into the critter barn over there and we are going to do some drawing. And then after that we will go on a nice little walk and talk about our drawing and whatever else over in the happy little woods over there. This little thing, show, stream idea, presentation is kinda like a Salt and Other show on a public broadcast system. But anyway, here we are going to talk about drawing, and we're going to draw and kind of just try our best and show that everybody can draw. All you got to do is, if you can get the tools and you practice, it's all about practice. You got to start somewhere, and we are going to draw and we are going to have fun. So we're going to move right over to the critter barn and we are going to draw some Powerpuff Girls today, because my drawing practice is old cartoons from my childhood. So we're going to just bounce right over there. Oh no! There we go. That's the position I need to be in. Okay. Let me just pop up the paint program. And there we go. I don't know why that bugs out a little bit. It always has to be kick-started. Like I said, there's still some bugs that need to be worked out. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I may need to tone the music down some more. Or I may need to speak up. I don't want to speak up too loud because I don't want to peak the mic. But anyway. So we're in the critter barn and I am going to go ahead and start drawing. First thing we're going to do, you can't see all my tools, I'm sorry. I put those in the back. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you what we're going to do. And you can just listen and enjoy the show. It's hard to have two tabs open at the same time, and I'm afraid it'll go too fast anyway. So, I'm going to make a group in Critter by hitting the little plus arrow at the bottom and add group layer. And I'm just going to name it whatever I'm drawing, because everything we draw needs to be its own individual item. So, I'm going to say this is going to be Bubbles. Bubbles, I'm going to just type in Bubbles, and now we're going to add a few layers to that and name our layers. We're going to have a color layer. We're going to name it color in that group. And we are going to have a line layer. Oop, hold on, I hit a button. So now we got a folder for Bubbles, we got a layer for the lines, and a layer for color. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna start adding. I'm gonna find a nice color palette here. We're gonna get some blue and some yellow and oh no, I hit a button. Hold on. I seem to be having an issue with my. Let's see what we got going on. Oh, I see what we got. It changed the color on me. Okay, blue. We're just gonna do some big stuff. I got a size 20 brush here. And we're gonna take some blue. That's a little, not blue. I need some yellow for the hair. Maybe a little more saturation to that. A little more saturation. Oh no, what's going on there? Our opacity's wrong. There we go. Okay. we are going to ignore that. Apparently the bar across the street is celebrating Oli today. I'm very sorry for that. So anyway, we got the blue, the yellow, we need some black. That'll be for our lines. We need some white for our pants and our eyes. We need a nice skin tone, kind of on the paler side. And we're just gonna... Now we got all our colors there in a color palette. On the line layer for some stupid reason, because I'm a dum-dum. So, did I mention this show is not for kids? This is more of a nostalgia trip. If I say some bad words, this is not meant for children, and I've made it very... I'm gonna make it a little clearer. Uh-oh. What did I do? Control X. No. No. Okay. Control X. Control V. Just push that, merge that into the color layer. Okay, that's in the color layer now. So we're gonna take some black. We're gonna take the black ink, select all. We're gonna make some lines. We're gonna start doing some lines. My opacity's I made sure my opacity is set to a 100. My size of my brush is set to 5. And I am gonna add a stabilizer brush just for a moment. Just so I can get the head. The big old oval. Oh. Hold on, let me drop. I loaned with the stabilizer brushes, depending on how stable you want it. You gotta kinda have to increase and decrease the delay. So if you want jiggy jaggy, you gotta have a lower delay. You see that big circle? That's my delay. See my little icon? As soon as I go outside this circle, it changes the direction. So I loaned that the other day. So we're gonna use a stabilizer for that. Set it too high again. Let's see it. We're gonna add the hair. It's okay if we make it a little big. It's okay if our lines aren't perfect. Let me just take a look. We've got like these little, her pigtails are like held in place with like those weird little berets, like, or what would you call those? I don't know. Anyway, go. Whoop. Big enough. Ooh. Slow and steady. It's all slow and steady. It's good enough. Her hair kind of does a thing like little pigtails do a thing like this. And well, for some reason her eyeballs are like this. If this seems a little freaky, just bear with me. We're gonna add color in a moment. Boy, there's a few layers to this. Hold on. Just bear with me for a second. We're gonna get this down. just go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and deactivate the stabilizer for a moment and really dig into this, though. You know what? Let me just look at this for a moment. Yeah, I see what I'm doing wrong. Okay. What we need is the center of the eye for bubbles. And we're gonna do, you know what, let's just pull one of these circle tools. In your toolbox, you have a little round circle, and you don't want the dotted circle, you want the solid circle. And if you set it to not fill, if you set the fill setting to not fill, you will get a nice little circle like this. There we go. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna just, I'm gonna set my brush to erase, and I'm just gonna gently carve that off there. Clean. I have no brush smoothing set at the moment, so I'm just gonna clean these rough edges. Remember, we always have a Control Z for to go back and undo. Or you can go to the edit button on the very top of the toolbar and hit undo up there. So just remember, you can always go back. This is digital art. So we're just gonna clean these up. Now, let's see. Now I'm gonna just keep cleaning some of this stuff up here. This, that. I'm just gonna clean this up a little. There we go. Maybe round this eyeball just a little more. See that? This don't really matter. We're gonna fill that in black in just a moment. I'm gonna fix that. Remember these little hair ties? We're gonna fix that too. So we're fixing the hair ties. I hope you can hear me okay. I don't know why I went soft voice. I hope the music ain't canceling me out there. But anyway, we're gonna just, these little hair bits are gonna be blue. Let's try and clean that up there a little. Let's see. It's okay to take your time. Remember, this is all about enjoying yourself. If you're not enjoying your hobby, it probably wasn't meant to be. So take your time. My biggest problem is taking my time. I'm a very anxious person that wants to get things done right now. We ain't gonna do that. We're just gonna clean up butters. Oh my god, no, not butters. Bubble cup, bubbles. And give her a happy little smile. And we gotta add the body. So, Bubbles' body is very simplistic. We can actually go straight down to the feet on this, so I'm just gonna do this. This will go straight down to her feet. And, okay. Apparently, her little arms are just little teardrops, apparently. I could give her the Bubbles crossed arms, right? Ooh. Like that, sort of. But we ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna just... let's just reset the stabilizer just for a moment. Just down here. Just, oh my gosh, that's pretty close. Oh gosh. Flashbacks to muscular bank robber Bubbles. We're gonna just roll with it. We're gonna clean that up by toning off the stabilizer. Whenever I clean, I tone off the stabilizer and just lightly brush. All these little spots where we connected that we just gotta double check they're all smoothed out for the line to be nice. So, just about got Bubbles done with the line art. Okay. So, a little bit more with the stabilizer. I'm jumping back to the stabilizer. Whoop, I still got the, there we go. Now I toned off the, eraser. So it looks like her legs continue from her dress in one point and just kinda goes down. Now, remember, everything curves. You don't want flat lines. If you have flat lines, this is what I always have trouble with. If you have flat lines, that's flat. You see that flat line? There's no curvature. For her shoe, we want a little bit of curve. Just a little bit of curve. I want this to come down just a little. There we go. I'm gonna drop back. I'm trying to get this line just the way I want it. It's okay to take your time and really play with it. Just like Minecraft, this is your world. You can do what you want. You just gotta, whatever you imagine, just take your time. Plan it out. Always gotta plan it out. Really, we should be sketching. We should make a rough sketch, but I don't want to take the time for that. I'm just gonna, I want to speed this up for you guys. Okay, that's fine. Now, use the stabilizer again. You can tell I'm using the stabilizer because I got that big circle around it. See that? That's gonna have to come. We're gonna have to play with this a little. See, it's hard to erase when you got the stabilizer on. It's hard to control it when you got the stabilizer on. Sometimes you just want to zoom back and forth with the eraser to really get it cleaned up. And then we can reactivate the stabilizer. Whoop. After we deactivate the eraser. So, okay. There we go. Nice and smooth. Don't confuse that with anything. Like I said, this is an adult program. So, add her buckles. Got these cute little buckles on her feet. Like she's wearing ballerina shoes. We're gonna add those. There we go. Adding her cute little buckles. I may have to tone my microphone up. I'm probably whispering too much, I'm sorry. I'm just a little too in the zone on this. You know who I'm trying to be. Anyway, we're just gonna get her with the stabilizer. We're gonna give her the that old stripe that she wears. And remember, curves. Got to add curves. Otherwise your painting is flat, or your drawing is flat. You don't want flat. So, let's see what we got here. You know what, now forgive me, I'm gonna drop this back a few tones. The backdrop, I'm gonna make backdrop a little lighter. There we go. I want you guys to be able to see that. I'm sorry. From now on, I may have to improve that. Let me see how that's looking. Yeah, it's probably much better for you. I'm sorry about that. But anyway, there we go. So, now we're gonna color her in. Now, we're gonna have just the base colors, because we do not, and the last thing we want to do is just start dropping them. We do not want to drop them in like this, because if you notice, we get these frayed edges due to aliasing, due to the fact that it's not wanting to go in there. This is why we have a separate color layer. But we can't just fill in the back. No. We gotta have, we're gonna go with a bigger brush, maybe a 16. And we're gonna go with a 16 size brush. We're gonna deactivate the stabilizer. Or actually, we're gonna set the brush smoothing stabilizer to basic. And we're just gonna gently, little strokes, because if you accidentally go off, you can always Control Z. But never, it took me a very, very long time. You go, oh, I'm gonna get this just perfect, oh no, I had so much done. You don't want to do that. You want little strokes. You just want to go just little bitty ones. Little strokes. You always want to make sure you're on the right layer too. Never forget to double check your layers. You know, give it a little tap. Hide, show. Make sure your layers are correct. We put the color layer under the line layer. That way the line layer hides our jagged edges. I'm gonna show it one more time. This is the color layer above the line layer. You do not want that. You want to put the color layer below the line layer. That way you get these, and that's why you want slightly thicker lines. But a heads up, thicker lines add depth. Really, what we should have done here, the lines in the eyes should have been a lot smaller. I should have gone with thinner lines in the eyes, but it's a little too late for that. It would take too much work to go back and fix it. You can worry about that. We just got to remember next time, thinner lines on the inside of the eyes. Because if we look at this, here, we look at the eyes right now, we see that the thicker lines add depth. You gotta be careful with that. Otherwise, everything pops out. If you use a thin line on the outline of the character, and then a thick line on the on parts on the character, you're gonna have the body parts popping out. You know, and it looks all weird and distorted. You want to be careful with that. Thinner lines, less depth. Thicker lines, more depth. Oh, my reference picture just closed on me. I'm just gonna go ahead and use the black for now. And remember, we're on the color layer. Even though we're coloring with black, we're on the color layer. We don't want to mess up our line art, because what if we want to change the color? What if we want to invert the colors? Remember, you gotta think ahead a little. While digital art is more, a little more, how do I put it? Forgiving? I'm gonna have to, look at this, I can't reach that. I'm gonna have to go with a 10 size brush right here. While digital art is more forgiving, you've got to remember, take your time, plan it out. Always assume, never assume you will get it right on the first try. You may want to go back and change things, so don't mess up your line art. Your line art should stay line art. You don't want to fill it in too much. Unless you got like a really thick eyebrow or something that's supposed to be black or something, and even then you may not want to. You may want to actually color it different. Just remember, always color on your color layer. Your line art should be used to go over the line art should be, no, swapped white. Your line art should, oh my, look at this. Uh-oh, oh no. See that? That was a mistake. But it's okay. We got Control Z. We got Control Z, we can always go back. Anyway, your line art should be your guide. Remember, we're just gonna, when you're coloring, you are just doing the, old, how do we put it? The old coloring books. You're just coloring in the coloring book. You got that nice line that makes it really hard to go out of. Oop. So, your line art is coloring book lines. Now I'm gonna bump this back up to a 10. And watch this. Just gonna, when coloring, you don't, while you see that, I went outside my line here. It's okay, we got Control Z, but watch this. If I'm very careful with a tool to get in these edges and crevices right here, we'll be able to bump up the size of the brush in a moment. When we bump up the size of the brush, we're gonna go straight from a 10 to a 30. Watch this. Look at that. I probably should have stuck to maybe a 25 because I almost went outside the line in a few spots, but it gives us more buffer. A nice line here on the edge where we know we're not going outside our barriers of the line art gives us more buffer room for the bigger brush to fill in the inside. And remember, we're not doing shading. Shading should be on a separate layer. And the reason shading should be on the separate layer, I'll show you in just a moment. Remember, I'm gonna pick the color, I'm gonna grab the fuzzy select. Now, if I fuzzy select the lines, if I fuzzy select, say, line art, remember, it doesn't always select everything. We've got a little bit of jank here, a little bit of jankiness down here. You don't want that. So, if we unselect and we go to the color layer and we select the color, look at this. Our color layer is picking all of our color deep in here, deep into the lines. If we go to this one, it's cutting into the lines. That gives us a little bit of leeway for shading. Say if I just want to shade. Look at that. See, my color layers ain't even going deep enough into my actual... my color layer, I don't think my color layer is going deep enough into my lines, really. Because if we look at me giving it a bit of... yeah, my color could go a little deeper into those lines. So, you live and you learn. But remember, by doing this on a separate layer, doing shading on a separate layer, you can select the color layer, the color on the color layer, and then you can go to the shading layer, and then you can start giving some gradients. And it will stay within the selected area. But anyway, we're gonna get back to coloring. Let me just grab my brush. Okay. Now, we've got some white in the eye. Now this is gonna get tricky right here. White of the eye. We're gonna put a little... oop, hold on. Oh no. See that? I forgot about that. Control Z. It's our friend. Anyway. Little strokes. There we go. Nice round pupil. Oh, look at that. I didn't get all that colored black in there. Nice round pupil. Let's take a look at Bubbles. How's she coming along? That Bubbles coming along. Anyway. Now, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna color this all in. I'm gonna color this all in white, and we're gonna give it a nice round blue spot in a moment. We're gonna make a fake line. We're gonna make a fake line of line art in a moment. But right now, we're just gonna focus on getting this all filled in with white. Doing good here. Sometimes you just want to fill in a segment and say, look at what I did there. You know, look at what I did all there. I got all that filled in. We're making progress. I know if you're probably watching this, you probably have attention deficit disorder like me, and you just want to say, look at all that I got done there. Look at all this I got done there. But you got to be careful because you might miss a few spots. You got to double check. There's a few ways that you can double check by changing the background. You can have a secondary background and flip between them. See if anything pops out on the edges. If it does, that means you may have missed a spot. Yeah, there we go. We're gonna get Bubbles here. So we're gonna have a nice copy of Bubbles. Oh yes. And remember, when we're done with this, we're gonna have a nice little discussion in the woods. Nothing too dangerous, don't worry, I didn't dig no holes. This is a safe space. Safe and happy space, where all we do is draw. And I'm enjoying it. Oh God, I'm enjoying it. This is great. I get to pretend and have fun. And I hope you're having fun too. Even if you're not following along, I hope you're learning something. I hope you're seeing everywhere I'm making little mistakes and know that it's okay to make a few of them. Okay, we're gonna have to get her some skin tone on there. You know what? Let's finish the eyes first. Now I'm gonna have to set the stabilizer. I want a wide stabilizer here. And I am just gonna... Whoop. Oh no. I wanted to go all the way around. Oh no. Hold on. Let me just reduce the stabilizer. I want it wide, but not too wide. And if you do this and you don't want to wave your arm all the way around, if you think you're like, oh, I gotta zoom in on it. You don't know. No. Watch this. It's like, this is hard. What you want to do with circles, try and zoom out if you can. I know it's hard to see it, but sometimes you have to trust it. Oh no. Oh no. Sometimes we have to walk in segments too. You know what? I can't do this curvature, but it's okay. We got a little tool here. You see this little thing? We can rotate the canvas. So we're gonna do segments here. We can just do some segments. Remember, Control Z is your friend. Don't ever forget that. See, that's as far as I can go. If I do this side, oh, that was actually really lucky of me. Ooh, I'm getting better. See, I'm improving on that, but that's not my specialty. My curves are better this way. Watch this. Oh. Maybe not today. There we go. Anyway, look at that. Got a nice... And you see that little bit of jankiness there. We're just going to take a normal or none on the stabilizer. We remove the stabilizer. There we go. Now we're just going to color it in without a stabilizer. There we go. I'm enjoying this. Just about got a Bubbles. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh no. I don't know why this always happens. Let me fix this. Uh-oh. We may not be able to fix this one. Hold on, let me switch the tool. There we go. Okay, I don't know why, but every once in a while, my tablet jams, and I don't know what it is. There's a spot there I missed on the black. There we go. But my tablet jammed, or something jammed in the program, something got confused. I found when the program acts up, the quickest way of fixing it is, the quickest way of fixing the program is actually by changing the tool. Changing the tool, and by changing the tool in the side window, it tends to fix it. I don't know what it is, but the brush jams on me. And when the brush jams on you, you just have to beat the devil. I gotta watch those copyrighted lines. But no, you just gotta reset the tool by switching back and forth. And sometimes it might change a few things. Look at this, see that? That's on the line art layer, that little bit right there. I gotta go fix that later. But right now we're just gonna nicely color this all in. Get myself a little bit more buffer room here. There we go. There we go. Now I can just zoom across. Oh, I missed a little spot. There we go. I'm gonna finish one side of her head, and then we're gonna go to the other. There's some jankiness right there. I could probably fix on the line layer if I just switch to an eraser. There we go in the line. Now I gotta make sure I go back to the color layer and select the color. Remember, by selecting a color, you automatically disable the eraser. That's a nice little trick I found. Always go around the edges first. Try and get as close to the line art as possible, because you want to get into that line art a little bit. Oh, we could actually connect that, and then we'd have both of those selected. We could select both of them. 2 for 1. Just gonna finish the hair. Then we're gonna go for the other eye. We're getting very close to finishing up Bubbles here. That's great. I remember when I was a kid and the Powerpuff Girls was on TV. It was really nice. Get to watch the Powerpuff Girls. They'd fight Fuzzy Lumpkins. He was a hillbilly. Back when you could say hillbilly. And him was an interesting creature. It was a little devil. Paulson. But it was him. You know, and it had it always wore a little Santa dress with little fuzzy dingle balls, and it was really weird and out there. I'm sure it caused some confusion for some kids. I couldn't understand what was going on. But then again, there was a man. There's the invisible man walking his invisible dog. Or at least we think it was a dog. The invisible man had some very, very stylish clothes. Oh, see this? I don't want to go here. I'm gonna mess that up in a second anyway. Let's go ahead and drop back down here, and we're gonna... Let's see if we can. We might have made this eyeball a little too big. You know what? We're gonna hide the color, and we're gonna go into this line art. What was I using for the line art? About a 5 size brush. I'm gonna fix this line art. I'm gonna make this eyeball right. What did I do? I'm on the color layer. Here's a trick. If you see this little red thing for your reticle, for your cursor, that means you can't draw or you can't erase. You're on the wrong layer. You're on a layer that's closed. So we close the color layer. We're gonna make sure the line layer is open, and we're just gonna draw on the line layer, a new little bit here. There we go. I'm gonna clean up this eyeball a little bit. So now I wanna erase this part. We're gonna reconnect those in a moment. I gotta be very careful here not to go too deep. Make sure I get everything. Those little smudges aren't good for the picture. Whoop. I'm trying to freehand this the best I can. Really, I just need to get the outside curvature correct, because the inside curvature even is gonna be more or less covered by the color. Watch this. We don't know where one begins and one ends. I'm gonna select the line layer and I'm gonna invert it with Control I. So now I'm gonna go back and select the color layer. Now, whoop, I got the eraser on. There we go. I'm just gonna notice my eye color is a nice creamy color. There we go. And now I'm gonna reselect the line layer and I'm gonna Control I and re-invert it back to where it was. There we go. That's a little better, not much, but it's enough to get us going. So I'm gonna select a 10 size brush. You know what, maybe I should do a 5 size brush. No, 10 size brush, and we need a stabilizer. I'm gonna do about a 60 on the delay. There we go, look at that, beautiful. Right on the line layer. You see that? Now look here. I fudged it up. Oh, I fudged it up. But it's okay, we got Control Z, but we always gotta double check that. Once I noticed that it went over instead of under, I knew I was wrong. If you see the line, if you see the color go over a line instead of under the line, you know you're on the wrong layer and you need to go back. You need to just go back. And it's okay. It's practice. It's all practice. Even though that was perfect. Now I gotta do it again. Am I gonna be able to? I don't know. We may have to do this in 2 segments. Let me just get this to the correct. There we go. See, I ain't gonna make that. Oh, uh-oh. Ignore that nightmare fuel. See, I can't get it this way. I'm gonna have to rotate the canvas. Try it from this angle. Our elbows can only move. Our wrists and elbows are only good to move so far. There we go. Okay, now I'm gonna deactivate the stabilizer and I'm gonna drop to a slightly smaller brush and get these fine areas. Yeah, there we go. I think we're a ways into the show, but I didn't want this to be a very long episode because this is really just a practice, just a test to make sure all the audio's functioning, the loops are functioning. Hopefully you're not going insane from the audio. I'm gonna need a slightly bigger brush. I'm gonna jump up to 10 just to fill this in really quick. Okay. And let's just get that to the correct size. Look at Bubbles, she's coming along. Yeah, Bubbles. Okay. Okay. I think I can just start doing this with a 10. I may have to get into... Oh, yeah, I managed to get that. May be able to finish up her hair with the size 10 brush and not mess much up. Ooh, hold on. There we go. Jump up to 20. There we go. Look at that. Bubbles' hair is done. Nice. Now, I want to finish up the blue, so I'm going to go ahead and finish her dress. So. It took me the longest time, but I finally realized, oh no, I did a boo-boo. I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention. I got too carried away and excited. I got excited. Anyway, I realized the mayor's assistant, Miss Bellum, her full name is Sarah Bellum. The cerebellum is the thinking portion of the brain. Miss Bellum is the mayor's brain. Without I'm sounding like Fight Club. Without Miss Bellum, the mayor has no brain. The mayor cannot function or do his duties for the city of Townsville without the cerebellum. Without Miss Cerebellum. I learned today that the narrator of the Powerpuff Girls was Tom Kenny, aka SpongeBob, and every other cartoon character of my childhood. So that was pretty cool. We're almost done. Oh, we are so close. We are so close. Did a 5, now we're doing a 10. Get it all filled in with the 10. And then I'm just gonna jump up to about a 25. Just whoosh. Nice. That's one arm. Start with a 5. And get these edges nice and close to the line. Take our time. And then once I get these nice and close to the line, when it's somewhat behind the line, that way we can get better shading on this. Anyway, there's a 5, now a 10. Oh. Or whatever, 25. Whoop. There we go. Now we just need her mug. Because that gray is not doing any favors for Bubbles. And this eye is all wonky. We probably could, like, fix that line there. Should I fix that line? Maybe. Let me look at time. I mean, we're getting pretty far. I mean, we've almost finished Bubbles. Yeah, let me just check one thing. How we doing on time? Oh my. We've gone way over on time. And why is that not the same? Oh, okay. I see. Okay. Don't worry. We're almost done. And then we're gonna have to go out in the woods and have a little chat about how this is gonna walk. You know, I have a plan on what I'm doing with this. I have an idea of where I want to take it. And we'll discuss that in a minute. I hope I'm just being loud enough. I tend to mess up my audio way too often. So I may have to set the sound farther down. We're just gonna finish up Bubbles the way she is. I misproportioned the eyeballs. That's okay. Well, guess I'll just redo it in the next picture. Because remember, it's okay to make mistakes, and every time you practice, you get a little better. I'm doing a lot of freehand on this at the moment. I'm just, I wanted to practice. I looked at my reference. I want to get better. I want to learn how to do better poses. I want to make my own characters. I'm learning why most people only make so many original characters. Every character has these sets of lines that dictate the way they look, Bubbles here has these two little balls on each of her ponytails. Her ponytails are raindrops, Her feet are little spindly noodles, So, it's all relative. It's just, Here, I can speed this up if I just rotate this canvas a little. Oh, went too deep into that line. Gotta be careful. It'll start coming out the other side. Rotate about. There we go. That's good for my curvature of my wrist. This I can do. Look at that. Look at my line there. Beautiful. As soon as I get like this nice little 45-degree curvature right here that I can do perfect. So that's where I have to line up my canvas. Oop, I already did that side. Let's just pop it right up. There we go. There we go. Now we can, sorry, pop the mic. Now we can rotate it just a little here. Then 45, or right to the other way. Maybe I can, maybe I should have rotated upside down. I'm having a little issue there. I've rotated it the wrong way. But it'll be fine for now. Anyway, let's just get a size 10 to get this filled in a bit more. Away from that line. A little farther out there. There we go. Now Bubbles is looking good, isn't she? I have no clue what's going on outside my window. I think a drunk just fell into his car. Okay. Like I said, this is not meant to be a family-friendly show. I try to act family-friendly, but this is not a show for kids. This is me just drawing and having fun. Anyway, I'm just gonna move bubble. I'm gonna make Bubbles color palette over somewhere else. Hold on. There's Bubbles color palette, and I'm just gonna erase all of this. There we go. There we go. We got nice little bubbles. I wish I could get this to just oh no. Don't want it to be too small. But anyway. There's Bubbles. Alright. So, we got the line layer and the color layer. And look at all that space in between there where we could have had a little bit more color in there. But you don't see it when we got the line layer over it, so it's nice and pretty. So we got our Bubbles. It's about time to cut the stream. So let's go for a walk, okay? So let me just get everything going, okay? So I just do that and a little bit of this. Okay. Alright. Oop. Uh-oh. Did I mess anything up doing that? Hold on. Anyway. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope my ramblings was pleasant, and I hope my ramblings were pleasant. I hope I was loud enough. I may have to tone the audio down more. This was more of a practice test run. Just a quick, simple character. I might have drew her a little big. We could have probably drawn her a little smaller. That way the lines would have shown up a little thicker. But then again, maybe not. Anyway. I'm really glad you got to come and watch it. If you made it this far and till the end, I hope you learned something, and I hope you enjoyed learning some nice little tips and tricks. And hopefully you will try drawing too. Digital art, you can get a very cheap tablet. Krita is free. Krita is a free art program. It can take some time to learn digital art, I will admit. But, you know, it's all trial and error. It's all about layers and Control Z. Digital art gives you the ability to go back. So don't be afraid. Drawing tablets are quite cheap. You can find some for $20, some for $50, $40. You do not need a $100 drawing tablet. You do not need a $200 drawing tablet. Those fancy ones with the screens, I hear they give you nothing but neck aches. Just get a flat little tablet, stick it right in front of your monitor. You know, the closer to the middle of your monitor, the more likely you're gonna be able to, it's all about looking straight ahead at your monitor and not what you're drawing on the tablet. It's just about lining everything up and enjoying yourself and taking your time, using layers. It's easy. I know it's scary at first, but it's okay. I want people to try. Right now, I really want to get into drawing. I really want to get into drawing right now because I don't like all this AI stuff. I'll admit it. I believe there's a misunderstanding where art is humanity. And when you got robots being human, it's not wrong, but if humans don't have creativity, what do we have? I mean, respect your local and non-local and artists, you know, and I mean, I could see it probably being used a lot in a corporate landscape, but that's gonna throw a lot of people out of business. I want to learn how to draw because I want to create, and I want other people to learn to create. Please, if anything, even if it isn't digital art, try and find a way to express yourself. Everyone's got something they want to express, and I want to give people the encouragement to express themselves through art. So anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and goodbye.